Hey guys, welcome to another episode, the second episode of Become Your Own Hero. Okay guys, so listen, if you're struggling with anxiety, I know what it's like even to accomplish the simplest of tasks. And so before you start your week next week, and you want to make it fulfilling, you want to make it successful, and you want to feel like you have some sort of substance to life, because without any growth during the day, you almost feel like you're dying inside. And so here's what I want you to do. The very first thing you need to do in order to have a different week next week than you did this week is I want you to set one simple goal for the next 7 days that are to follow next week where you can feel like you're making progress, because progress is the key to growth. It's the key to making you feel alive. It's the key to making your spirit feel like it has some substance. And so what I want you to do is I want you to get a piece of paper right now, and I'll wait for you. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and if you have to, get your phone out. And so what I want to do with you is set up a couple key goals, very simple ones that I know that you can accomplish so that you can start feeling like you have a little bit more control over what's happening to you. And the reason why I'm doing this video is a friend of mine reached out after a YouTube video I did earlier this week and said that he hasn't done really much in his business for almost 3 months because his business has been shut down because of the COVID thing. And I could really feel a sense of unease. And so maybe some of you men are going through this right now. Or maybe some of you kids out there have just finished college, university, and there's a lot of uncertainty that's going on right now. Like you might not have a job, or what does the future hold? So I want you to sit with me right now, and I'm going to teach you how to become your own hero right now. Because being the hero in life is not in the absence of turmoil. It's not in the absence of, there not being anything that could go wrong. It's becoming your own hero is in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of uncertainty, you dig deep and push through no matter what and leave your life on the line for greater good. And the greater good today is for you to feel alive again. It's for you to feel some certainty back in your life with the things you can control. And remember, in life, there's always going to be things that we can't control. But our power comes from focusing on the things that we can. And that's from the things that we create within our own head, within our heads. And so grab that piece of paper, get a pen, grab your phone, start getting ready to type. And here's what I want you to do. Today is Sunday, June 31st. And I want you to start with this. Get a piece of paper, and I want you to write down one thing that you can do tomorrow for your job, for your business, whether you are working or whether you have been laid off, whether you have a business or a job. And I want you to just write down one thing you can do that might make you feel hopeful, that might bring back your faith, that might make you feel like that seed that you plant tomorrow, you might be able to reap rewards somewhere down the road. And that's what it comes down to your work. And maybe it might be something as simple as this. Maybe you have lost your job. Pick up that phone. Maybe your goal is to pick up the phone and contact your ex-employer and say, look, I'd be willing to work for free right now until things turn around. What can I do to be of service to the business? And maybe if that's not in the cards, maybe think of your dream job, your dream company, and who that might be. And give them a call. And just give them a call and say, hey, look, I know you don't know me. You're a company I've always wished and dreamed to work for. How can I be of service for you? I'm willing to work for free or do whatever it takes to help you get through this uncertain time. And so that would be what I suggest for you if it comes to your work. If you have a business, look, my business has been affected by what's happened with COVID. My business is down 40%. However, I choose to focus on what I can control while going through the mix of emotions, the mix of uncertainties of what tomorrow might hold. And so what I'm going to share with you is some things that I have done for you business owners out there. So One thing I have done is I've given incentives for my clients to start paying me early. So I've given discounts. So what are some of the benefits of doing that? And it really goes both ways. Some of the benefits are, one, you can be guaranteed that you're going to have cash flow. Two, in the event of COVID coming back with this so-called second wave or whatever wave might be coming and things getting shut down again, you're going to minimize your losses. You're going to minimize your receivables. You're going to minimize the uncertainties of not knowing whether or not you'll get paid again. And so by giving these incentives, you will ensure you have more free cash flow more currently. Yes, at a discounted rate, but like I told a gentleman that I'm coaching who has a $10 million company, and here's how my philosophy goes. You're better off receiving 90 or 95% of something than 100% of nothing. So if that's the route you want to go for it. Maybe your clients don't have a lot of work right now. And for the gentleman, a friend of mine who reached out to me through private messaging, what I recommend you do, because you're not working right now, is fill in your day with contacting your clients and saying, how can I be of service? How can I help you right here, right now, to get things going again? How can we be partners in this? Maybe they owe you money, which is part of one of the things that I was dealing with a client that I was coaching, is I told him to be a partner, to be of service of him, to not be the one that's calling him with scare tactics, because at the end of the day, it's not going to help them to get the money quicker from whoever it is they need to get it from to pay you. And so give them a call and say, look, we're all in this together. Create that feeling of commonality. And then say, look, what can I do to help? I know you will pay me, I trust in that, but what can I do to be in service in this hard time? How are things at home? Get deep with them, and I can guarantee you'll be one of the first one that receives payment from them. And so that has to kind of do with work, and kind of be open-minded to this. I can remember 20 years ago when I got involved in printing a promotional company with a friend of mine. I had no clue what I was doing. And, I'm really, really good at sales. And I contacted IBM, complete cold call, and set up a meeting and had it with them in their boardroom. And eventually we got some business from them. And so you really have to think outside of the box right now. And it's outside of the box that you discover who you are and what you're capable of. Another thing that you need to do next week, and this has to be daily if you are experiencing a lot of mental health struggles right now, whether it is depression, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, whatever it might be, you need to make it mandatory for at least under 10 minutes, even 5 minutes a day, to do a rigorous exercise. I know that if you're struggling right now, even just finding 5 minutes and making it seem so easy and achievable in your brain, that's hard. I know, I've been there, but you need to trust me as your partner, as your friend in this, and make a commitment every day to even doing just 5 minutes of a rigorous workout next week for the next 7 days. This is just a 7-day goal period, okay? Because what that does when you're experiencing anxiety, when you're experiencing panic attacks or any sort of mental health issues, is it starts to relieve yourself of the stress hormones from cortisol and all these other disgusting things that don't make you feel good. So it brings down those stress hormones. And then what it does is it releases testosterone in your body. And it actually increases your chances of wanting to take on risk. And it does make you feel really, really, really good. And another thing that I want you to do, and this has to do with your morning rituals, is when you wake up, I want you to make sure that the very first thing you do when you look in the mirror is you say one sentence with the words I am, and make sure it follows with something positive. I am have been proven to be the most powerful words on the planet. Your mind is like a genie. It'll always tell you your wish is my command. So make sure the words that follow with the words I am are powerful. I am empowered today. I am grateful today. I am wealthy today. I am going to do something great and wonderful today. And maybe just repeat that over and over again, maybe 10 times, 20 times, whatever it might be throughout the day. But definitely first thing in the morning, you need to prime yourself and wire yourself for the right mindset for the day. And then what I want you to do is start your morning off by putting something in your mouth that is going to fuel you for the day. I don't care if it's a glass of water, a smoothie, or something healthy, something different than running out to the Tim Hortons and stuffing your face with Tim Hortons and a coffee. Make sure you fuel yourself with something healthy in the morning, okay, guys? And remember, just simple tasks at hand. And if you eat like shit the rest of the days, but you're eating like shit first thing in the morning, at least you've changed one pattern. That's all we're looking for here. Because I know with this quote that Tony Robbins created, that complexity is the enemy of execution. And I know very well, for any of you who are struggling with mental health issues, that even the simplest of things can be complicated. So I just want you to keep it simple, okay? One simple thing for every aspect of your day, with work, what you put in your body, what you can do to exercise to feel strong, and maybe just something simple when it comes to a relationship. You know, maybe you've been stuck in your head and you haven't been at your best. And trust me, you do matter. And one thing I want to tell you is, you know, think about this. You had a 1 in a million, I don't know how many millions of chance, a 40 million chance of being you. And so you are a gift to this world. You are something special, and maybe you just don't see it yet. I figured out, you know, who I was meant to be through my greatest struggle. That's where my gifts came from. And so maybe you are struggling right now. And maybe what you want to do is take this time while you are in a relationship and figure out a way where you can make a connection with them, where they can help you to make these identifications, you know, of what your worth might be to this, to your relationship, to this world, and to this planet. And so maybe you're a father and you're struggling to be at your best for your kids right now. And listen, I know what it's like. You know, when I had my anxiety and my panic attacks, I struggle enough just to, you know, survive every day, let alone be a good father. But one thing I want you to do, that I would like you to do to set a goal for this week, is just think of one simple thing you can do to be completely present with your children, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And if your mind is going at a Mach speed, just take 5 minutes. Grant yourself permission to have 5 minutes every day. If you have multiple kids, maybe you just rotate that 5 minutes with one kid every day. But make sure you devote just a small amount of time to being completely present with them. Do an activity, go for a walk, maybe a bike ride. The other day, I took my daughter for a bike ride, just me and her. I have 3 children. My daughter's the oldest, and I have 2 younger boys. And I just wanted her to feel my presence. And I'm telling you, while you're doing something where you feel connection, as that is one of the most, you know, rewarding, fulfilling human needs that we have, is it'll start to reprocess the feelings of anxiety and depression and all these other things, as human connection is important to help you filter through what you're going through. And so I'd like to end with that. I want to make sure my videos are short, because I want you to watch them to their entirety. But if you do have any other things that you might need help with, in my comments section below, I will link my coaching platform. You are also welcome to email me or private message me. And remember, guys, I know what you're going through, and what you're going through isn't unique. And that's what I want you to understand. You know, with men's suicide rate being so much higher than women, I want you to understand that we all go through struggles, and we all hold ourselves to a high standard and accountability to other people's happiness and the amount of love that they should experience. But I want you to be selfish right now, and I want you to put the work in yourself and be the best version of you, because if you can be the best you by becoming your own hero, then you have so much more to give others. But take this time to invest in yourself. I truly believe the road that's coming down the road in the future, there's going to be some hard times. But if you are in the right mindset, if you create the right beliefs, it really doesn't matter what lies ahead of us, because what's controlling us within our minds and in our hearts will dictate how we see what happens. And it'll also dictate where we go, what happens, what we focus on and the results that will come in the days ahead. And so I'm rooting for you. I'm your biggest fan. And like I said, this channel is devoted to men, boys who need a role model, who might be struggling. And I know you're out there because you're my family, you're my friends, and you're people that are watching this. And know that I'm there for you every step of the way. And I've completely devoted my channel to this. And so if you can please take the time to hit that like button. I'll wait here for the next 10 minutes if I have to. Just to let YouTube know that you do like my content. It is something that has value. And what happens is over time, they start to pick up on that algorithm and they will start to share it more on their platform so other people can see this too. And the second thing you could do if you do enjoy my content is please make sure you hit the notification bell, and that'll let you know every time that I do a video. And the third thing, if you aren't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. I would really appreciate your support as I'm taking time away from my family, my friends, to do this content for you. And I would really mean a lot to me. And if you could share this, maybe there's someone in your family or you might have a friend that could be struggling. I can guarantee you guys, like me, you have no clue who is. So please share this on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter. Maybe share this with some other people on your platforms on YouTube or maybe even TikTok. And eventually I'd like to devote my life, all my time, aside from the time I spend with my family and friends, to helping you. And so enjoy this day. And like I always tell my kids, and I will end every video, if you are going to dream today, guys, please make sure you dream big and keep smiling.